beautiful. Back on Radio Row and delighted to say we had a brief chat yesterday opening night, but he was busy. I'd like to pretend I was busy.
Yeah.
The brilliant Taylor Lewan from Bussin' with the Boys is joining us. Taylor, how you doing, sir?
Dude, I'm doing outstanding. It was very nice to briefly meet you, and in the core memory of both of us meeting, talking about Zips, you going to Zips, following through on a commitment you made has brought us back here 365 days later, and look at us, brother. We're having a hell of a time.
Dude, every time I go back to Arizona, Zips will be my spot. And not only that, we not only went there the night after you told us to. When we got hours to kill after the press conference on the Monday and everything else, back to Zips near the airport.
Got to.
Few hours in there, same order again, and
yeah.
then out of town. It was beautiful.
I can honestly say with Zips, I've been there, 50 times my entire life. I've never ordered something different than a Monaco focaccia and the medium golden wings. I couldn't tell you how the other food is. Couldn't tell you.
Well, that food was sensational.
Yes, sir.
So thank you, sir. Look, even when we spoke last year, you guys were already flying, but it just feels like it's going from strength to strength. How happy, proud are you of all the stuff that the boys are doing?
Dude, it's been a completely crazy experience, especially in 2023. Football, Super Bowl is what kicks it off for us. There's so many different personalities, different stars that come in here, and having the opportunity to talk to guys who've played the game when you've also played the game as well and have that sort of connection, and being so early removed from the game, there's a lot of playing against the same kind of teams, same kind of coaches, same philosophies that you can really get in and just kind of dive into. So it's been an incredible experience. 2024 is already shaping up to be better than 2023. We have had some amazing meetings this week, to dive into some bigger production things we want to do. So I'm very grateful. It's been awesome, man. I just can't wait to see where it goes.
If people are going back and checking your stuff out and working through, because it's all out there on social media and available downloads, podcasts, everything else, what's been your favorite guest this year? What's the thing if somebody had to go back this year, when you pick out and say that's the one you got to listen to?
Oh man, there's so many. This year we're talking about 2024 or the year of 2023.
Well, yeah, the last season, let's say.
Yeah, the last season of football. I think it's always enjoyable to have Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle on. George has become a great friend of not only myself personally, but the show as well. He lives in Nashville, Tennessee. He's a part of Beer Olympics every single year. So as far as the bonding experience and getting to see players that a lot of guys idolize. A lot of guys look at a guy like George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey, and they're like, these dudes are, heroes. And this is a cool opportunity when you go on Bustin' with the Boys to have the outlet, to have a unique and organic conversation. I think that's something that people really will enjoy.
There's a lot of talk, him and Travis this weekend. Obviously, they're good buds, Titan University and everything else, but you know them both well personally. Who's better on a night out, Travis or George?
That's probably going to be a bigger matchup than the Super Bowl. George can get after it. The WWE muscle wrestling persona that he gives off is truly him. Always a good time. Always so much fun to be around. And then Travis, man, he had a reality TV show called Catching Kelce for a reason. That man was out in the streets having a great time. Both dudes are so incredibly fun to be around. I can't give the edge to anybody right now. This is truly a coin flip situation.
There we go. Well,
it's truly a coin flip.
I think we call it based on who wins the Super Bowl this
weekend.
Yes,
yeah. Whoever wins the Super Bowl is going to have more fun. I think Travis has done – I think Travis, the way he was able to navigate outside of football, everything that's happened to him in the past 365 days is nothing short of a miracle. When you play well on the field, there's a certain level of fame and stardom that comes to you. Even for me, playing offensive line in a smaller media market like the Tennessee Titans, when I was making Pro Bowls and All-Pros, you get this boost of confidence, boost of ego that you didn't really have before. And then, it could bleed into other parts. Luckily, I had a wife that humbled me incredibly well during that process. But for Travis to kind of host SNL, win the Super Bowl, host SNL, have the number one sports podcast in the United States based on what Spotify says, and then date Taylor Swift, there's so many ways for him to become an asshole. Mm-hmm. There's so many ways for him to become I'm better than you type of situation. And Travis is not like that at all, man. He's salty the earth cat, man. He's awesome to be around.
How cool is it for you when you talk about that number one sports podcast that they cite you guys as being such an inspiration for why they decided, this might be something we could do?
Yeah, I think it's a little I don't think I asked that question. I phrased it where the only answer would be Bustin' with the Boys. But Travis, he's been on the show a handful of times, and we love it, man. And I don't know who the company, I think it's YHZ or something, some studio production company does their show, and they do a great job of lining them up with questions. Obviously, the rapport and the chemistry that they have is absolutely incredible. And I know we're going to meet with Jason this week. We're not going to have him on the show, but we'll eventually have him on the show. Big fan of him as well. That family just truly is just climbing up the ladder of fandom, and they're doing it with grace, man. And so it's really cool to be a part of.
I think for me, it's guys that, you've got so much insight on the game. You all play to an incredibly high level. You said, all pros for yourself. I mean, I was a big fan of Will's as well, flying around in the middle there, and both the Kelces. But actually, they're all guys that you want to go for a beer with, that you want to get a food recommendation from while you're in Vegas, right? Like that's you're getting that balance between great insight, but also just guys that you just want to fucking hang with.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing too of being in the position of being able to play the sport is when you meet somebody that plays sports. If you're able to have some sort of success in a realm that's so difficult to have success in, a lot of people grab at you and they want something from you, and they're meeting you just to meet you and take a picture with you and say they've met you. So then your defense, as your guard, kind of gets up quite a bit. And what we've been luckily able to navigate is, somewhat gracefully, kind of stumbling, a lot of turbulence along the way of getting into the media world while also keeping the rapport with these players where they can feel safe and have an opportunity to have a microphone and a camera in front of their face. And if they say something they don't like, kind of allow them to, we'll cut that for them or whatever. So they're awesome, man.
Finally, and it's the worst question on Radio Row, but everyone's going to ask it. Who are you picking this weekend? What way's it going? Like, I know you said yesterday heart and head, but come on, let's nail this down.
Yeah, we're going to nail it down. And I'll tell you what, I've been on multiple shows today, and I've had a different answer every single time. So I think the last time I said last time I said Niners. This time I'll say Chiefs. My heart does say Niners. I have obviously a great relationship with Travis. I know Patrick pretty well. But as far as, like, knowing guys and – they haven't won one with the 49ers. And Kittle has a video of him being like, you will not get the best of me. I will be back. And he's playing the team he's essentially saying that to in the Super Bowl a few years back. That makes me feel like I want the 49ers to win this game. Patrick Mahomes is going to get his numbers. He's going to get his Super Bowls. He might even catch Tom Brady. We might be talking about a go in the making right now. But it's so hard to bet against Pat. So it's like we're kind of like, I don't know if we could say that on this show, but we kind of are. Like, it's going to be the best Super Bowl because so many people are divided. So many people feel the same way I do, where it's like who you pick. Because the minute you can kind of rationalize an idea of why the 49ers should win, it's like, yeah, well, what about X, Y, and Z? What about all these other reasons why the Chiefs should win? You're like, damn, dude, you're right.
That's every year for me on Radio Row. I flip my pick about 7 times.
Yeah.
But I'm a 49ers fan.
Are you?
And I've got a cool play-by-play on Sunday.
I see the bobblehead.
So, my CMC bobblehead. But I'm also calling play-by-play on Sunday. So I've got to figure out how to find a level and a line. And so I think it's having these conversations and talking myself into what a great achievement it would be and how brilliant for the Chiefs. Because otherwise I'm just going to be a mess by the fourth quarter.
Just be biased? How much fun would that be to watch a broadcast and put 2 fans in a broadcast booth of that are opposite, like one guy loves one team, the other loves the other, and then just be like very excited or really sad based on everything. I think that's awesome. I did McAfee's MegaCast in 2022 with the college football playoffs, and Michigan was playing TCU. I had RG3, Cole Kublik, and a couple other guys there that were doing the show with me, and I said, hey boys, you guys go ahead and be unbiased. I want Michigan to win so bad. I am going to be rooting for them, and every time TCU is, make sure you have the skip button on because I will be cursing. And it was a blast. Didn't get invited back, so I don't know if you want to do that, but it's a hell of a time.
Dude, I was third man in the booth for the game 4 years ago. Obviously, play-by-play this year, but as third man in the booth. We had Shane Vereen was doing our co-coms, the former Patriots and Giants running back. And when Tyreek Hill scores that gets that deep catch off of that 3rd and forever where he had the 7-8 step drop back, I think he just saw out of the corner of my eye, my head just dropped, and he just slipped a little arm around me.
Yeah, hell of a play by Tyreek Hill. Incredible. My God, what a hero. Just, dude, I totally get it. I love, but that's what makes being a fan fun. Like, I feel like the age of suit and ties and being this proper, this is turning towards a fan type of experience where McAfee's really been a guy that has changed that quite a bit of wearing the tank top, not really playing by the rules. And to me, that is my favorite version of football, is where it's kind of like a little more loose, a little more fun, when there's not so much like suits and stuff like that. It's like we're really getting fans to enjoy it with other fans calling the game for them.
Love it. Dude, thank you so much for your time. We've ended up going super long because we always do, but appreciate you, sir. Have a great week, man, and good luck with everything you're doing.
Good luck on Sunday.
And keep an eye out for that man's top lip.
Yes, please do.